Falling downs, drowning. As the soldiers come on walking home, as the tears fall once more, the heavy burden is felt, the cross in torment. In life I breathe, in death I see, freedom I seek. A sorrow, a tragedy, we never hear, we never see, we never speak. There is no evil, yet what of those in darkness, those hidden from the light? What of those who have fought for us? Some scream and shout and soon forgotten. Some speak quietly and their words are lost in the breeze. We sing legends, beautiful music, without meaning or melody. I feel as if we're falling, forgetting ourselves again, dying because we're just drowning. What is left for us? How can we remember those who died for us? We say lest we forget, yet that time has already come and gone. Few shakers are left, no quakers. A future of war, a forgotten peace. We're drowning, drowning. When the shells fell, when the machine guns rattled, half of Europe died, and died again the rest. Not one of our great nation could claim no brother dead, yet we do not remember them. War is of the outsider, yet how did we forget? How can we not remember? The candles lined the street, the weeping was the night's music, the blitzkrieg in the morning. We are horrified at the tales of the world wars, yet our world is at war. War of terror, those left behind, how could we forget? Feel as if we're falling, forgetting ourselves again, dying because we're just drowning. What is left for us? How can we remember those who have died for us? We say lest we forget, yet that time has already come and gone. A few shakers are left, no quakers. A future of war, a forgotten peace. We're drowning, drowning. I sing this song, yet I'm just one voice. A choir is needed, then a chorus. Then together we must rise. Sing to the nations, make them remember. Remember the dead, remember the fallen. Unless we see no evil, hear no evil, speak of no evil. The Forgotten. We are here today, gone tomorrow. None shall see, none shall speak, for the winds of time are come. We are blown away in an instant, such is the chaff. None desire us, nor we each other. We live in shadows, we are the forgotten, the past beyond, the lost. Walking away, it's our simple answer, leaving everything behind, for what we think will be a new beginning. Then we are truly lost. Why do we ruin our lives? Why don't we choose wisely? Why can't we see? Have the shadows blinded us? For I know but one thing. I can't see the love. So this is my end. A whisper in the night. When I spoke, when I cried, when I yelled, when I screamed, no one cared, no one listened, till I heard the whisper in the night. I stood, a statue, immovable, cast down and destroyed. Never shall they, never forgive, oh, the burdens of their hearts. When I spoke, when I cried, when I yelled, when I screamed, no one cared, no one listened, till I heard the whisper in the night. 'Tis shed for a dying generation, 'tis shed for a fallen world, never found, ever hiding, afraid to care, afraid to be cared for. When the storms rise, when the thunder quakes, when the fires begin to fall, do not rage and plot in vain. Instead, remember the whisper, remember the kindness of a Saviour. He could move mountains, create valleys, carve out the nations. They thought he would conquer, yet he chose instead to give his might to the will of a child. He could have destroyed us, yet he chose instead to grant us his kingdom. When I spoke, when I cried, when I yelled, when I screamed, no one cared, no one listened, till I heard the whisper in the night. Together we stand. Together we stand with fire in our hearts and a passion in our soul. We see the land around us, a dying cry, and we see an outstretched hand. He taught and spoke, stood to fall. We abandoned him, left him to die, and still he did not give in. Standing beside his mother, watching the butcher's gift hanging in the wind, and he shows strength and love beyond a man. Then as sadness and grief creep in, the sign of Jonah is announced. We cannot fall, we cannot stay silent. He leaves us and sends us out, giving us into the fire of the Spirit. We stand together, passion in our souls, a godly rage as we speak, and we burn from within with the power of the Spirit. The lame will walk, the blind will see, and the mute talk. The dead will stand up and dance at the command of the Lord. This authority is granted unto us, and together we stand in the power of God. Why do we still ridicule him? Life began, within days we corrupted, one generation from a lie to murder. We hurt God the most, and he gives us the biggest chance. We are completely undeserving, yet he gave himself for us. Why do we still ridicule him? He fought for us, a kingdom commander, the world already given, yet he was rejected. He didn't just fight, nay, he paid the ultimate price. Why do we still ridicule him? We say he can't understand the trials and fire we go through, yet it was he, the all-powerful, who took upon himself the mantle of humanity. He went through our pains more than we will ever face. Why do we still ridicule him? Everyone else is doing it. Why can't I? We demand of him. Church doesn't mean boring or meeting. It means the called out. We were set apart so we can act a part. Why do we still ridicule him? If he cares enough to find us, if he cares enough to change us, if he cares enough to set us apart, why do we still ridicule him? Deaths of the dead. With the deaths of the dead, with the cries of the living, this is the song I speak. The requiem mass, the fire of those remembered, the ashes we are condemned to. May the dead rise, may the living fall, may the sands of time pass on. Lights go out. When the lights go out, when the fear arises, when I'm the only one left, I'll turn to you. With strength, with fire, with defiance, I'll fight for you. There is no darkness, there is no fear. The light is within me. You are its source. To speak. To speak, to cry out, this is our freedom. To fight, to wage war, this is our freedom. To live, to die, this is our freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to speak, freedom to be heard. None can ever take this away. This is what we are. This is why we are. We are the children of freedom. When my time comes, when I pass away into the shadows of night, some shall mourn, some shall rejoice, but the dawn always follows the night. Will I have chosen right? Did I use my freedom? Did I fight for others' freedom? Light of the stars. The light of the stars, the tears of the night, a waiting call, a crying girl, a strength, a faith. As the sun rises, so the moon vanishes. As the new day dawns, the screams and echoes of the past return to the past. Freedom to live. I have no dance. This is my land, these are my people. This is the land I fight for. I dream, I sing, this is the land I fight for. I have no dance. This is my land, these are my people. Together we are born of the soil of the earth, born to a life of treachery, of fear and danger. But this is my land. I dream, I sing, this is the land I fight for. I have no dance. With the dry comes the barrenness of this world. With the rain everything is healed, new again. So too is it with men. The man fights, hardened souls on the barren plains. Through deserts and agony then come the storms. As the first rains hit, we are healed, become the men we should be, the healers, the carers, men of freedom, men of love. Yet we have no dance. I dream, I sing, this is the land I fight for. I have no dance. I travelled from place to place, no home but the shelter I found, no food but what I killed. I made a land for myself. It was taken from me, destroyed. I sang my song. I remembered the dreaming, but it was not enough. It is not enough. Then a blessing. I dream. I sing. This is the land I fight for. I have no dance. I am no longer a countryman. No man calls me his own. No land welcomes me home. None know my face, yet all fear it. I am the shadows. I am the past. I am death. Knife in hand. Knife in hand, blade in fist. Knife in hand, blade in fist. Knife in hand, blade in fist. We spoke, we screamed, we fought. Some call us rebels, some call us freedom fighters. Some call us Satan, some call us God. Yet we are. We are the radicals, willing to die, willing to fight, ready to stand. With a tear in our eye, with a fire in our heart, we stood. The martyr's cross, the hangman's noose, the butcher's knife, the lion's mouth. Some call us rebels, some call us freedom fighters, some call us Satan, some call us God. Yet we are. With a tear in our eye, with a fire in our heart, we stood. Spoke the truth, lived it, fought for the souls of the many, from the 10 to the 10,000. We spoke, we fought, we died. The martyr's cross, the hangman's noose, the butcher's knife, the lion's mouth. In the cool of the night. In the cool of the night, as the stars begin to grow bright, I can hear him, I can hear them, I can hear the beginning of the end. The sound of a whisper amongst the chaos of the world as volcanoes erupt and bushfires sweep past. I hear the whisper of my Father Saviour. In the cool of the night, as the stars begin to grow bright, I can hear him, I can hear them, I can hear the beginning of the end. Distant thunder like horses on the plain, I can feel it coming, I can feel it rising as 1,000 believers raise their voices in triumph. I sense Satan flee as we become free. In the cool of the night, as the stars begin to grow bright, I can hear him, I can hear them, I can hear the beginning of the end. 2,000 years ago it ended. 2,000 years ago a man paid the price, not a man, the God's Son. Precious holy blood fell for the corrupted and tainted. 2,000 years ago one died. 3 days later he rose again. I can hear the thunder of my God rising again. In the cool of the night, as the stars begin to grow bright, I can hear him, I can hear them. 10,000 believers in 1,000 countries, raising up their voices in 100,000 tongues, and I hear him, the whisper, time is near. I hear the revelations. I hear the revelations, I see the exclamations, I feel the anger of the crowd, I begin to fear. The light with the darkness, the good with the bad, but no union can ever be born. One must die, one must live. I'm on the precipice, one step and one side will win, the other will die, I choose the fate, one leap I crouch. Beyond my ken. To hear your voice, the pain of wretched time, lie free and far between now. No strength left, my hands tremble at dream. For God, have mercy now, please no, remember who you were. Before the time of fire, when we danced beneath the moon, before the age of death, when we strode across the world, before you were taken, when love blossomed in the pits, that was when we were free. Fire, ice, earth, air, flesh, and the darkness. The world was formed, and so the world was, before evil began it, the war of righteous. There you now dwell, beyond what I can, barely recognizing the sound of my voice. Don't you cry, little one, don't you weep, mother dear, she still lives. Hide my tears in shadow, blind the world to my pain. She was all that was, now belongs to God. Let her be free to move beyond mortal pain. Walking in shadows. The path lies forward, the shadows stretch out, covering me now, hiding me in the wings of self-pity. All around, beyond, within, above, below, reminds me of love once lost. A simple keyring, a tourist souvenir, the Eiffel Tower, bent and broken, tears form. The emptiness of path and forest, walking in shadow alone but for ghosts. Dreams and memories hollow and shattered, lift up and remember, for she is lost. With the deaths of the dead. The coal. The light burns as I slowly fade away, weakness in body, mind and soul. The empty hollowness of an age gone past, memories dragging down into abyssal fear at the loss to never be replaced. How can life be, how can tomorrow come, when it knows that today I died? The future happens, but the dream lets me ignore it, to remember what was, to live in the past as no man should. I want time to stop, to leave me beneath a black sky, my arms around her as she slips away for the last time. How can the world distort, bend the way it does? How can we let go, when it was everything we were holding on to? I can hear the whisper, the sound behind the silence, the call in the night. The road whispers, it shouts in the gap between time, calling to me. Empty eyes. Darkened lay the light as I gazed in those dimmed eyes, to a world I can never go, into darkness I cannot flee. This is the quarrel of man, the lawsuit between creator and created, that we should grow old and die, and that love's labours are lost to the winter tide. Age weary us, years condemn, memories beat an ancient track, as we mourn for that which we have lost. I can think of no more brazen thing than to take the soul of one so loved, but leave her shell as a visage of beautiful and painful time. Love is what drives us onwards. To do a stupid thing again requires but a word from a woman in which we lie enraptured. It drives a man out beyond, where generosity becomes but simple modesty, and strength the feeblest virtue. We have naught but all to give, but what there is, we gladly let it be taken from us. What point is there in war? A man would gladly throw himself down for his beloved. So then, in the darkened hours of this place, how is it that empty eyes cause more pain than death ever could? Without the one who was loved, we become empty, without meaning or voice, a fallen comrade in a clanging battle, voice lost in the fog. Darkness take me, love is lost on this day, the eve of war never to be won. Copper. It's the taste of ecstasy, the foulness of emptiness, the running liquid gets the heart pumping. But copper is a simple construct before the Romans, but with them all the same, wrapped in a moment and binding forever, a simple band that changes life forever. A day in brilliance raining down bitter cold, nervousness and excitement, energy of one, stand for all, unity and commitment forever. The copper band, once so light, now weighted, the blood once tasted, now in darkness spilled. Staring empty eyes, abandonment and regret, dreams of suicide and blades, at a loss irreplaceable. The ring's weight, its guilt and cost, separated and isolated, forgotten in shades, broken over and over. None can see of the future yet to come. Burn it. Scourge the world in fire, what damn have I to give? What I had was taken, my world was destroyed. Burn what could be, forget what is, damn the hells for what became. I cannot agree to suffer silently, wrongs taken, righteousness forgotten, hand to the flame. My hatred boils over, my anger yearns to slate, my jaw tenses, the hunger to bite, to drink overflows. Damn that which put me here, vengeance has been served. Those that hurt have been destroyed, those that raged have been struck down. Only one remains with guilt, blood on the hands. I. Carpe diem. Seize, make use of, desire, want, this day, this moment. Carpe diem quam minimum credula postura. Tomorrow rises and it shall fall. But tomorrow's fleeting existence runs down to the moment where we lie in wait for that which shall never come. Seize the moment, realize the dream, say what it will be, what could be, and what you can do. Take the moment where past and future meet. Find the power in your hands and mind and seize the day. Nothing impossible, strength and time to change the world. Every person putty in your hands. Seize the day. The world comes tumbling down, weakness and fire and strife. Take your hands to the staff and shift the fulcrum and move this world. Seize the day. All your pain and strife and trouble, take it now and shift your weight. See the way to change this world and make your world anew. And seize the fucking day. The Forgotten. We are the forgotten, those that have passed beyond all mercy. How can we love? How can we know? How can we be set free? Love never follows on, never passes aside. In grace's mercy we cry gentle tears as this world passes us by. How can we find peace? How can we know what is mercy's bitter name? We walk alone through the passing snow, trudging deeper, moving ever towards that valley so deep, the shadow of our death, where hopes pass away and nothing lies before us, and tears flood the path behind. The pain of memory, the suffering of our triumphs dig deeper, and the blades glow with the fury of temptation, as around us rises our lusts, our wants and passions, denied by what we are. Freedom seems too far away. The sun burns down, stealing away the dark. We lose the shadows, our protection, and the world watches on as we stand naked and afraid, tears of shame falling down. Where is the mercy promised? Where is the hope foretold? Where is the grace that guides us onwards? We strive to be free. Rise up, and see the sunrise. Turn and look, dear to me, I cannot but love you. My love goes beyond the mountains, fills the valleys, surrounds you, and guides you in the night. This is the encompassing grace, my tender mercies, the hand that wipes all your tears away. I stand by you, child of mine, through the bitter winter, in the war of your heart. I wait to embrace you and dance with you in a world you have never dreamed, where I can take your burdens and your hopes, turn those tears of regret, nightmares of the past, to tears of joy. Rise up and fight, child of mine. I walk with you, I stand beside you, willing you onwards, because, child, I love you. Wrathborn. It was in the evening, when dark came that beautiful girl of mine, and wrath born of a lifetime of sorrow, in the dark she dwelt. Anger and abandonment of family forgotten, she cries, her shoulders shaking as she looks upon nothing but a fool. How is it one so free can be burdened by her sorrow? Where's the strength of the heroine gone to? She is collapsing. The winter chills rise on winds of fury, latching on to the depression of the heart, driving down deep to the pain below. A righteous anger of wrath. The angel rises to strike, and she will not be perturbed. In her hands lies the power to end it all, and by all the damned that she shall burn the worlds and break them apart, turn down the skies, betrayal lies complete. This angel is fallen, this angel has fallen. Dreams. May the world burn and fire rage, victors fall to the passing tide, as autumn's leaves wither and die. Can you not hear the howling of the wind? Can you not hear the whispers of the damned? What point in destruction when our rulers are anarchists? What point in demolition when our lords are fools? The lords and ladies, dancers of the evening, smiling at our self-own destruction, the glamour of ages, we burn ourselves roasting barbecues. What we have is lost in the mists and veils of time, and what we want lies behind us, forgotten in the evening, remembered in the dawning, and dreams be butchered in the noonlight. Dreams created to be shattered and broken, hopes to be left behind in forlorn childhood, friends and family left behind in the ashes of bitter past. What we had is lost, yet what we dream of is yet to die its shell in twisted agony of petulant stupidity. Down. Burn the world, make it fall. For what damned could this world be purposed? Why should we care? What we have has been taken. The world burns, falling now. Empty eyes, frozen soul, she is dying, taken for no reason. Lay waste to the damned. The world is nothing but a field of fools, petulant stupidity, shouting over petty squabbles when beside them comrades die at arms. The wrath of a sky-born child tears at the soul of he who can see. The loss of control, of safety and security, of love. This is the power that burns, fire in the veins. The world will die, fighting and clawing, blind to those that trampled underneath. Remember! Look around you at the hurting and dying, at those empty shells for whom lives mean nothing. For fuck's sake, pay attention, see the downtrodden, the broken, the falling, the failing, the dying, the burnt out, the bloodied, the battle-wearied, the scarred, the depressed, and those that have given up and passed on. Why the fuck did they have to die? What fault have they committed? Nothing but human stupidity, nothing but anger and arrogance and ignorance. Stand up and fight for those who can't.